Hey guys, Tarek here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on highway to Baku. Left day spawning on the left, we have cblanco playing as US forces. Straight away going for Airborne. Teaming up with him is Ikarus as Brits, who has Royal Engineers, Lease Assault and Mobile Assault. From the right we have Spade, the Moron Park team, who straight away goes for Overwatch. And Kuhn as Ostheer, who has Joint Ops, Spearhead, and Storm. All flat panzer bulletins as well, worth noting. Oh, double stern post start there as well. It's a strange one. In terms of rankings, unfortunately this replay is so old that these two have, the ranged team ranks have decayed off ladder. But in terms of random team, they are both top 5 with their respective factions, so very high rankings. Up against the Axis, a ranged team, which is around rank 20 at the moment. So yeah, taking that week off, fallen quite far behind on the replay queue, but that's how it is. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen your replay cast, it's because the queue's over a month long at the moment. So a triple Pathfinder start for cblanco. They can be a little bit slow to get things going, but it doesn't look like Kuhn was too aggressive in the early phases himself, so it doesn't really matter too much. Universal Carrier to help counter the Kubo, and look at this forward battle group going up. Not sure if the UC saw it back there. Daring stuff from Spade. Squad getting suppressed, and the Pathfinders will be pretty effective at trying to avoid and flank around that MG42. Might make it quite hard for Kuhn to get any value out of that. Chris going for the fast tech into the sniper, got the Universal Carrier upgrading with the Vickers K. Not going to arrive in time though to really pressure this tech truck. It's going to go up. And now we've got a Raketin coming in from Spade as well to try and counter the Universal Carrier. Makes a lot of sense. Moron Park did already lock in to Overwatch, so we'll have the Jaeger Lights later on to help counter the sniper. So it's progressing as they should. And good timing for Chris to pull back. Oh, might have spoken too soon. Here comes the Raketin, and there goes the Universal Carrier. Oh, that lag got launched. Kill there on nearly getting the wipe. Not quite able to get it though. Turning around. The Grenadier next. Doesn't look like that's going to go down either. Come the Jaeger Lights now as well. They've got actually a pretty good spawn point actually on this map. You can see like really close spawn to where the action is at the moment. Trying to destroy this trench with the Raketin. Slowly getting there. Right, upgrading the G43 as well, so Ikarus is going to have a hard time on this side of the map. Universal Carrier down, Jaeger Lights now to help counter the sniper. It's not going to be easy for him. Go for a Vickers as well, interesting. Big old push on this side from cblanco though, jumping on top of a cutoff. Some capping out the back as well. And Kuhn did go for the early mid bunker here. Doesn't want his Grenadiers just dropping models like crazy to the snipes from those Pathfinders. Understandable. Pathfinders themselves are very low in health. There is an ambulance. So he's trying to soft retreat back to it. So that's why he's not hard retreating there. Nice position behind heavy cover if they don't get suppressed. No. Looked like that model on the side was kind of not behind heavy cover. Oh, and they're gonna have to hard retreat, so we might as well pull back the ambo at this stage. Leave it up there, okay. Pies did come out, so he didn't build his tier 2 tech structure. Might go back to build that now. If he wanted to build the 222 at a good timing, he would be. Maybe gonna skip it though. I think I would be getting the 222 to assist against the Pathfinders. And, you know, once cblanco, I imagine he's going to go for the anti-air half-track. Just gives you a little bit of extra ammo against the anti-air half-track, especially on a map like this where your 222 is not going to get completely isolated without the pack and support. You know, it's not big enough for that, really. Just gives you a little bit of extra ammo. Say if your pack's facing in the wrong direction, the 222 can do some damage to the AA half-track while the pack spins around. Keep it honest. There we go, ambo being used by Ikarus as well, but a teamwork there. 4 kills so far for the sniper. Not tremendous, but respectable. And looks like Storm going to come through for Kuhn. You know, a little bit of a counter to these Pathfinders, having some ambush camo on his units so they can't spot them from long range. Could be quite helpful. cblanco going for some paratroopers.
Airborne on the ground.
But yeah, by Kuhn not going for a 222 does kind of let cblanco off the hook here, not having any snares. Looks like cblanco's just gonna straight up, straight up not go for any light vehicle either. Otherwise he probably wouldn't have built these paratroopers, it would be the anti-air half-track instead. In their stead. So yeah, a bit of a strange start to this one. No light vehicles at all, well, apart from the universal carrier and the Kubel. But that's the game we're playing at the moment. Just got a straight up retreat there, good plan. That's a whole bunch of Sternpyos. Got the Jaegerlights coming in. Don't think even the Vickers is going to be able to hold them back. And it's going to get decrewed. Didn't even start the retreat. The Vickers just doesn't have enough suppression, even at that range, to really suppress the Sternpyos fast enough. Let alone like suppress one squad of Sternpyos and switch over to the Jaegerlights. So yeah, that was bad from Ikarus, letting his machine gun go down like that. Because it's just there's no MG42, you know. An MG42 probably would have suppressed the Sternpyos there. Because not so much. Whoa, here comes a 222 at 9 minutes. And that is a hideous skin. Is that the is that the tiger skin? That wildlife skin. You don't see those too often because they cost, I think it's like $30 or something, and they're not on sale. Never gone on sale as far as I'm aware. So they're rare. Oh boy, I miss a oh, Pyro White. Pyro squad down for Kuhn. Got the notification just on the tail end. A couple bars coming through. Looks like it's just single bars on the Pathfinders. I think that's the safest way to go. Double bars, I think, lead to too many weapon drops, at least on the Airborne Pathfinders. Maybe on the INRs it's more acceptable. Got a mortar out now for Kuhn as well, camping it on the other side of that shot blocker. We have the anti-tank gun out now for cblanco. Quite low enough in health that it will die to one AT shot, but maybe with the small arms, it's going to be very close. Ooh, that was a very close call indeed. Pathfinder's also falling there. Sniper, all of a sudden, up to 13 kills, so it's been really stacking up the body count over the last couple minutes. Nearly taking down the Kubel with that shot. AT gun lining up, hoping to finish the job, unable to, and that's a big old blob for Spade. Got a mortar pit coming up for Ikarus, but doesn't really have enough to defend it right now. Could actually get pushed. Brings up the Raketin. Here it comes. No, just retreating from mortar pit damage. Does have that battle group back here for the healing, and now finally going to have forward reinforcement and forward retreats from it as well. So that's going to be trouble for Ikarus. Maybe the heavy mortar barrage is going to take care of that though. If we're going to see, it hasn't actually started the tech yet. We're going to see a fast tech to hammer or anvil to start blasting that down. The option's still open for Ikarus, which path he wants to take. Anvil will probably be the best at sieging down that truck with the airburst shells. Oh, is this going to be the end of it? No. M1 gets decrewed? No, but it still goes down. Infantry doing enough damage. There goes the Kubel. Tank also getting decrewed out the back there, though. Okay, the 222. Return to combat. Bit of damage onto the sniper, getting smoked off as well. Could be using a bit more of the mortar smoke. Try to save a bit of munitions. Doesn't have ambush camo on these grenadiers yet, so it does have other places to spend that munis. Eagleite's coming in from the side. I think hoping to catch the sniper, but already had retreated, trying to heal that back up. Moron Park gonna go for, Spade rather, gonna go for some overs as well. So he's also very lacking in snares. Could lead to some interesting engagements on both sides. So lacking in snares, both teams. Ikarus also just with a one snaring squad, the well engineers. T-gun connecting once. Oh wow! That 6-pounder set up and fired so quickly there. I was sure that it wasn't going to get a shot off. That was crazy. Pathfinder's here with a pretty good vet advantage. So the Eagleite's getting out of there fast. Mortar pit blasting down that machine gun. Almost dead even in terms of VPs at this stage. Alright, first medium tank's going to be the Crom. No, yes, that is the Cromwell. Oh, but no, not the first medium tank. The flak pans are coming through for Kung. A lot of retreats. You do have 2 anti-tank guns, and they're close to the center. They were back healing and returning to the front lines now. Yeah, no surprises. Kuhn going for that flak panzer. He does have all the bulletins for it, including the suppression bulletin on its frontal hull gun. Can do some small amounts of suppression. Got a Scott out meanwhile for cblanco. Could get, lightly punished. Not having double anti-tank gun steal the flak panzer, but he's willing to make that sacrifice to try and get the bleed cooking from the Scott early on. Smoke out. Flak panzer evasive. Staying away from the AT gun for the moment. Another pretty big push for Spade. Infantry's quite powerful, but at this close range, the mortar pit will be pretty accurate, landing a lot of those scatter shots. Oof. Oh, MG decrewed in the center, stolen Vickers. cblanco going to pick that up. Fair enough. Doesn't have Lieutenant himself, so can't build a machine gun. Just a regular barrage. Does have the heavy barrage unlocked now though, Ikarus. And it is Anvil. So yeah, I think maybe he is going to try to put a bit of a siege down on this truck. He's got these shells coming out. Oof! Late retreat from Ikarus. A little bit short, or at least from where we see the smokers. Drops a Bren as well, which is bad news. Jaeger lights with a Bren, quite powerful. He's going to sprint forwards to collect it. Here comes the Cromwell though. So far, okay, now there's damage starting to stack up. So far, say Spade got off quite lightly from all that. And here comes the Panther now, going to counter that Cromwell quite effectively. Anti-tank gun on the other side of the map as well. Cromwell could be in some trouble. Do have the sniper nearby though, could use the critical shot. Maybe heard some of this getting crushed in the fog as well. We're giving him some time to back away. The sniper might have spotted it there, hard to tell. It's Vet 2, so it does have the bonus sight range at this stage. Here we go. Fires off the crit shot, jamming the turret. Keep the Cromwell safe, building a second anti-tank gun now to try and answer that. Threading a needle there. Rifle nade. Ooh, that was a big one. And now the indirect's starting to stack up. We've got the double Scots to cblanco. He's got enough munitions for the P47s as well. You got that flak panzer still around, but if it's shooting at units on the ground, it can't shoot at units in the air, so cblanco could get a pretty nice push going. Oh boy, what's this Panther doing? Just parking herself forwards here. Not a care in the world. At the moment using these shot blockers to stay evasive. Here comes the anti-tank gun. Gives up the push. Brace soaking the damage from those Shreks. It must be ready for another heavy barrage about now. Quite slow on the repairs here. Kuhn does have the double pyos. Oh boy, he's built a howitzer a little bit further out the back.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Heavy barrage. Oh, there goes the ISG. Looks like the heavy barrage was targeting that rather than going for the tech truck a little bit further back. Specifically going after the ISG. Here comes the Howie though. Oh, the Howie getting some monster hits itself. There go the Pathfinders. 7 kills already. And the elite OKW infantry causing Ikarus fits at the moment. Issue is he never really gained like a vet advantage during those early phases with his,
We're losing a capture point.
infantry sections. So now they're maybe even falling behind the OKW troops in terms of veterancy, which is not where you want to be. Made it quite tough for him. Guns there. Flak Panzer quick to back off. Allies have pulled about 140 VP lead at this stage, so despite of them taking some big hits from the Howie and Ikarus really struggling, they're still in the lead in terms of VPs. Got plenty of time to turn this around. Pathfinder spotting for that anti-tank gun long range. 2 shots in there. Power getting back to work. Targeting the same area. Maybe a little bit deep this time though. Oh, greens go down. The double Scots hitting hard. So lethal. Hiding behind this obstacle. Now quickly that section goes down there to the double Jaeger lights, sniping them off. Anti-tank gun, one on either side, so the Panther has to back out. Empires are forwards. With the Shrek, they still do enough. Here comes the elite infantry. Oh boy, we've got OKW howitzer now as well. Looks like that's targeting the mortar pit specifically. Which just a bit slow on the brace. Could go down, and speaking of going down, there go the Pathfinders getting minced up by that OKW infantry. Activated for the fatherland there as well, so really assisted with the defense. Oh boy, and it's just the body count stacking up. There goes the Major as well. So many deaths over these last 2 or 3 minutes. Trying to repair up the mortar pit while under howitzer fire. It's a risky proposition. There goes the anti-tank gun as well. Wow. Mortar pit staying alive though. How's that ready to fire again already? Looks like it just was shooting. Maybe that's a bug? I'm not entirely sure. It must have been Coons actually. It looks like they're going to double team the mortar pit. Tried to knock that out. Both Howies. But Spade a little bit slow getting his firing again. Get the infantry support gun working on it though, and that did prevent the repairs. Chris only with 1 engineer, so repairs quite slow, having to spread that between that and his Cromwell. He's trying to save for the AVRE, struggling in terms of manpower though with all that bleed from the OKW infantry. Bit of damage onto the Panther at least though. Fire raining down. Bar on the deck. Okay, we do have the Tier 4 tick up for Coon. That's why we haven't seen any vehicles from for a while. Oh man! They tried to come in for the bar collection and then they just go down to the double Scots. Those were barrages as well, so well targeted by cblanco, catching it on retreat. And there we go, Jackson coming in, trying to do some damage, trying to knock out the flak panzer, but doesn't manage to do so. Looks like the plane's unable to finish the job as well. Flak panzer are really fast, especially with the blitz on, able to outrun the damage, most of the damage at least.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
In the north in some trouble, but Kuhn has been suffering. Only one grenadier remaining now. Mortar has also got decrewed. Really needs his next vehicle to turn things around. Looks like it's gonna be a Panther, I think, but even that might have a tough time against the Jackson. Comes the AVRE. It's soaking up quite a lot of damage at the moment. Blasting from the Raketin and the Panther. Does have the vehicle crew repairs in this commander. He's going to need to use it. Try to burn through some of those munitions. Looks like Spade looking to get the final tech truck down. Maybe think about going for a King Tiger next. Or perhaps a walking Stuka as well. So the mortar pit did finally fall. Double Howie's eventually got the job done. Okay, it's going to be a Werfer first for Kuhn, so probably not a walking Stuka for Spade then as well. It would be too much indirect fire, 2 howitzers, a Werfer and a walking Stuka. I think that's over-investment. These are a ranged teams, so they probably will be coordinating their build decisions. AVRE repaired back up, ready to rumble. Spade bringing in the planes though. Pretty good dodge. Going forwards with the overs. Oh, big damage onto the Panther though, has to get out of there. Oh, Cromwell taking some big hits as well, nearly dead. AVRE still in the danger zone. Jaegerlight's providing sight. Still ages away from cooling down, so AVRE's going to take some hits here. So are the anti-tank guns. They're making use of the rapid maneuvers, but they're getting blocked really hard. They're taking some collateral damage from the anti-tank planes. Oh, that was some clumsy maneuvering from Ikarus. And one of his anti-tank guns going to go down. He's coming back in with the AVRE. Too late to save the anti-tank gun. Still could take another anti-tank pass as well if the Jaegerlight spot him out the back there. Still got those planes. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, he could lose this here if there's one more anti-tank plane coming through. Make use of the vehicle crew repairs and he loses it, Ikarus. No! Oh, that was such a horrible sequence for him. Oh boy. He got greedy. He came back in to try and stop the anti-tank gun from getting destroyed, but too slow getting there with it in the first place. And then, yeah, maybe that was his only hope, trying to activate the vehicle crew repairs and hope that that repaired enough damage. He wouldn't die from the anti-tank plane because he's pretty slow. Would have had a hard time dodging away from that damage once the planes are locked on. But oh man, that is really bad for Ikarus. Anti-tank gun down as well as the AVRE. AVRE 1 kill. A real shocker. So the Allies still with about a 100-point lead, or maybe 90-point lead, but that may be taking a bit of a hit now that Ikarus really far behind. Look at it, he's down to 50. Pop cap. Panther in the build for Kuhn, but not quite in time to stop this aggressive Cromwell play. Jackson going hunting for the flak panzer. Pack setting up in the river though. There is some negative cover there. But he is reinforcing off the tech structure. Oh, big hit from the flame mortar support directly on the pack. Down it goes. Where's this Jackson going? Coming in taking some big hits. Going to take an engine crit as well. Second Panther is arriving. This is a bad maneuver for cblanco. Loses one Jackson. Didn't get much done. Hoping to catch the Panther. There are a couple Shreks there as well. So man, after a pretty tight early game from the Allies, things are really falling apart. Panther coming in as well. Going to mop up the second Jackson, but decides against it. Ooh! Double Scott barrage at that range. Big connection. Everything did survive at least though. That's, you know, one thing about Spade. He's done a pretty good job of keeping his infantry alive. A very good job, in fact. I don't know, has he suffered a single wipe so far? Just to that infantry support gun. That's very impressive. So yeah, he's got that vet advantage. Chris looks to be saving for another AVRE. He's building us another mortar pit though. Is not doing so hot the last 10 minutes or so. Well, post mortar pit destruction, they haven't seemed to have hit much. Good news for the Allies. Giving us some time to rebuild, but a fresh mortar pit is going to be a fresh target. Come force to recollect the Bren. Looks like the smoke going to stop the Egolites from firing though, so we'll get away. And here comes the freshly built AVRE. Spotted long range. Rakitten on the retreat. AVRE coming forwards. Tank gun opening up on the Panther. AVRE. Pretty well nullified by the Egolites. The extra vision giving some warning. Oh, let's do a good dive bomb. Knocking out the anti-tank gun out the back there. Didn't quite destroy it though. Second Jackson in the build. Oh, here come the anti-tank planes. Maybe hoping to catch the AVRE. Is quite low. Focused on the Cromwell though. That's extremely low off to the side now. Ikarus, I don't think he's noticed this. Tunnel visioned. Oh, here he goes now, but the Egolite's still spotting. He's going to take another pass from the planes, I'm pretty sure. He's just too slow dodging away. So you can see this one on the mini-map. Oh, I thought it had locked on, but I think he got out of there just in the nick of time. That was a really close call for Ikarus. That amount of health would have almost certainly gone down. Allies, though, once again, doing a good job of holding on to these VPs. Even when they're taking those big losses. Werfer. Anti-tank gun area doesn't get the decrew though. 4 kills only on that. Panther's in some trouble. Panther's there, so is the pack. Slightly out of position. Here it comes now though. Dropping in the plane cblanco. Panther diving, but both these... Oh, the anti-tank gun goes down so fast to the paratroopers from the side. Now the Panther's in some deep trouble. And there it goes. The Jacksons landing some good shots on the move. And the plane's getting a couple shots blocked by the buildings, but still contributing. Yeah, overcommitment there from Kuhn. If he had one of the Jacksons down to like 1 shot, sure, but both of them were at half health. Required 2 shots from the Panther to connect. I think that was a doomed maneuver. So, yeah, big loss. Panther down. Anti-tank gun down. That's looking quite grim for the Axis. Swings and roundabouts in this one. Here comes the King Tiger, though. And that could give Ikarus some major headaches. He doesn't have anywhere near enough anti-tank. Going to heavily rely on his teammates Oh boy, we've got the Howie coming down out the back here. Could catch these repairs. cblanco quick to react though. Jumping back in and getting out of there. Nothing spotting for the King Tiger at the moment. Looks like the Aviary gonna try to stun it. Decides against though with the Panther there as well. Double Sternpire, so repairs on these tanks for Spade going to be really fast. The AT gun outright destroyed as well. Coon going for the recruit. And getting it out of there. Well done. Going for a second pack as well. Maybe given up on building tanks against those double Jacksons.
E-47 air support now available.
Doesn't have to worry about those packs though. They are getting decrewed pretty quickly by the Scots, by the Paris. Okay, here comes a Panther. Spade making a bit of a dive, but cblanco dropping the planes to try and deter this action. Cromwell coming in for a crush, and that's a well-timed retreat from Spade. Pans are taking that down pretty quickly though. Got to get one pass off. Oh, heavy mortar coming down out the back now. Making the healing of Spade quite treacherous. Comes Aviary again, this time Spade a little bit slower to dodge. Takes a monster hit with the Vet 3 anti-tank gun right there. Got that penetration bonus. Can take it quite slow to dodge away, but looks like it's gonna get away. Needed a little bit of extra anti-tank. If he had like a Firefly there, that KT was almost certainly dead. Double Jacksons were out for repairs though, I think, so weren't available to assist. But you can see the importance of having the sight from the Jaeger lights. Without that, Spade's not as reactive. And there we go. Needed to activate the sprint on the Jaeger lights there to try and get away from that, I think. Anti-tank gun decrewed by the Overs though. Could this be the end of the Aviary already? The Panther... Oh, bounces! Oh boy. Unfortunate. Probably like, what, like 80% chance or so to penetrate there. Oh, there goes the Cromwell. Trying to knock out the Overs, hanging around a touch too long. Oh boy, I didn't even catch this. In the north, Flak Panzer went down, so did one Jackson. Too much action in the south. That's what the wipe indicator's for though. But yeah, did rebuild the Flak Panzer, currently shooting at the ground units. cblanco about 100 munis off another P-47. Ikarus dropped one of the M1919s.
Capture point is under attack.
We have double packs right here. Jax has got to be careful in the smoke. Axis though, you know, they're at risk of ticking under 100 at the moment. Realize it. You know, they take these losses, but they are very good at staying on the VPs.
They have 100 points remaining.
House is targeting the... well, one of them is targeting the mortar pit, bracing through most of the damage though. Tiger popping into spearhead mode, so that's going to see the Aviary coming. And wow, Ikarus going to go for a Churchill on top of that. I think he really needs the Firefly. I think there's a big mistake going for the Churchill, but... Alright. Doesn't have an answer to the KT Panther combo. She doesn't have enough penetration. Pies down the center, I imagine, to the double Scots.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being
Heck,
wiped
slightly out of range of the Jackson. Double flak panzers now from Kuhn. Very strange. Oh, paratroopers go down. Looks like they got caught by the Howie, maybe on retreat. Alright. AVRE went down. Man, I am just missing everything right now. I humbly apologize. Wow, King Tiger and Panther extremely low. But the AVRE is dead. SG falling as well. Take a look at army sizes. You can see now the Axis are firmly in the lead. Ikarus has just lost a little bit too much. Relying on its frontal armor. It's holding up quite nicely. Vet 5 Panther, by the way. Nice though. Eyes on the victory points. Denying the center. Planes dropping in, but these aren't going to last long. We've got a flak half track as well as 2 flak panzers. Yep. Instantly shot down both of them. Just still do a little bit of damage though, at least to the KT. Flame mortar support coming in. KT's still quite low, but allies don't really have enough to finish the job on it. Now a Jagdpanzer for Spade. Interesting, he did lose quite a lot of his infantry. 1 Sternpire, 1 Jaegerlight. So it did free up a bit of room in the pop cap.
The enemy is now at 75
But
points.
it might be a slight overinvestment into anti-tank. I suppose it's just going to rely on the King Tiger to really dish out the anti-infantry. Oh boy, Stuka dive bomb in the north. Calculated to 2 of cblanco's squads. Pathfinders and the captain go down on the capture circle. That is nasty stuff. Having a lot of success actually with those Stuka dive bombs this game, Kuhn. Oh, the Obers go down in the center now as well. I just can't keep up with all the deaths. But you can see Axis in the lead by a tremendous amount. Jackson at a good position to assist against the Panther. King Tiger rounding the corner, not really that fearful of just one lone 6-pounder. Trying to get the decrew. He's backing away with it now. He never got the hull gun shooting at this, but finally goes down now. And there goes the anti-tank gun. And this is what I was talking about for Ikarus, why the Churchill was a mistake. You know, even if he hadn't have lost the AVRE, just didn't have enough anti-tank to deal with the Panther and the King Tiger. Maybe if he had like a second highly vet anti-tank gun, but I don't think he had room in his popcat for that even, so just run down the north to the double flak panzers. And now Spade getting aggressive, coming in for that mortar pit kill.
200 points remaining.
No anti-tank to stop him.
An emplacement has been destroyed.
Paratroopers very close call to that Werfer strike, nearly went down. What's that Werfer doing now? Oh, pretty good. 20 kills picked up.
Stuka available to drop smoke.
20 kills on the Howie. 12 on the other. I think the OKW howitzer has mainly been focused on the mortar pit though, so not really too surprising it's lower on the kill count. Oh, Ikarus. Oh, that was a bit sloppy. Section down to the double flax. Packs dodging away the double Scots. How are they doing? 27, 32. And they're getting quite aggressive. Engine crit on the Jackson, although the Jagdpanzer coming forward as well. There's still a Vet 3 Jackson, worth respecting. Oh, Ambo goes down at the back to the howitzer fire. And there we go. Allies throwing in the towel. GG. So yeah, it was perhaps a slightly stronger early game for the Allies, and very good VP control from them throughout. Even like at the very late stages of the game, they were still contesting the VPs quite nicely, but just a few too many losses. I think especially from Ikarus, just a couple sloppy ones there. That AVRE. Cromwell nearly could have gone down to the plains. And then a bad build decision right at the tail end, going for the Churchill instead of the Firefly, led to him getting completely overwhelmed at the end there. But yeah, GG, just a few too many losses at the end for the Allies, unable to hold off the Axis. Good determination from the Axis though. They were in a pretty grim spot at one stage, but able to build back into it. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.